Hi there. So it's about that time of year for us to start gearing up for craft shows and fall and all the good cooler weather stuff that comes with it. So we're gonna do a fall themed tumbler. I'm gonna use holographic colors. I'm undecided on this one. Espresso Shot, it's a holographic brown. Pocahontas is like a deep, like a mulberry maybe, also holographic. This one isn't super holographic, but it is. It's Grace Bay. This one's not on her website just yet, but it'll be there in the near future. Bevo is a burnt orange holographic. Tiny Voodoo, just a little darker purple. And this one I'm just gonna do a little bit. This is a little bit bigger cut than Golden Eagle. And since my other stuff's pretty big, I'm gonna go with this one. But I'm not gonna use a lot of it because I feel like it's a little bright compared to these other colors. So I've got a bunch of epoxy mixed up because I'm gonna do 2 projects right now. So I'm just gonna do a thin layer, and then I'm gonna kind of ombre all the different colors. Got a nice thin layer on there. I literally only used 5 of the 30 that I mixed up. But like I said, I'm about to use it for something else. So no big deal. I did not use fast set for that exact reason. So it's nice and thin. I don't have to worry about really it dripping or anything like that. You can go thicker. It's just gonna take a little bit more to get good coverage because you're gonna have, your glitter's gonna kind of soak in, is the easiest way to describe that. So I am just going to just do my ombre now. And my air conditioner is going. And so now my glitter is gonna kind of spray away from where I want it. I had kind of considered doing a diagonal ombre, which I probably will in some future incarnation of this cup. But for now, I'm gonna go traditional stacked ombre. Turn off that air conditioner. Otherwise, this is gonna take 3 days. So when you're doing an ombre, you can go a little heavier handed in your main part, but then you want to kind of bring it up a little higher. I probably have my glitter about 5 or 6 inches above my cup. Okay, just like that, but I'm going to take it off so that I can do the bottom. Not all turners will allow you to remove your arm, so it's okay to tilt your cup, tilt your turner. I'm not super concerned that that's not real even. If it bothers you, you can go ahead and kind of even it out, just like super soft like that. You don't want to go super heavy because you don't want it to soak in and take up what you need for your blending for your other. This is just not covering like usual. I guess I didn't get it on there as good as I thought. Oopsie. I'll probably end up doing hairspray or something right there. All right, so I'm gonna put this back. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I kind of see that rainbow of that holographic. It's so great. So I'm gonna pour back my glitter and then move on to the next color and so forth. It's pretty, but it is one of those trust the process kind of cups. So I actually left out these 2 colors completely. I only did Espresso Shot, Pocahontas, Bevo, and Treasure Island. just because by the time I got up to here, I was really happy with that combo, and I didn't want to do anything that might mess that up since I was already happy. So what I'm going to do is let this cure overnight. I'll come out here in the morning and seal it again. I've already sealed it once with my Aquanet, but I'll come out and I'll actually spray it with clear matte, and then do a layer of Quickset, a layer of Quickset, and when that's ready, I'll sand it, and then we'll do the next step. This is pretty smooth. You want it as smooth as humanly possible for this next step, because your spray paint will show through any bumps in your glitter that are poking through your epoxy. What I'm going to do to it next will kind of camouflage some of that so it's not as detrimental, but we want to pay attention. So now I'm just going to randomly lay these all over the place. Probably won't leave any open spot for like a vinyl voyal or whatever, because I can just put that over. And sometimes people don't want any sayings, so I'm just going to do this kind of all over the cup. Just sporadic all over. I kind of wish I would have done more of the little maple leaf looking ones, because I do have kind of a patch right here. I think those are oak leaves if I'm remembering correctly. But that's okay. It's going to look super cute. Now I am going to go spray paint it with teal, which I will not do on camera because that's pretty self-explanatory. But I will show you what to do when I do the cream on top. This blue is so pretty. It's a deep turquoise. Has a little bit more green than what it seems to be picking up on camera, but oh my goodness, it's like a deep, deep teal green. Because this to me is turquoise, just a brighter turquoise, minus the spray paint. But I just fell in love with this color at Walmart. So I'm gonna let this dry completely. You can kind of see where the outlines of the vinyl are. While this is drying, I'm gonna go find my off-white that I just bought, and then find some wax paper. Okay, here we are. Got ivory bisque wax paper, crumpled up. I want that texture, the little bumpies. So now, I put gloves on this time. I'm kind of normally not really concerned, but I'm about to make a mess. So I'm gonna go pretty decent coating here. I should really have a mask on. I'll show you this and then I'll go put a mask on. Just like that, all over the whole thing. I kind of took off a little bit more than I wanted, so I'm going to spray back over it, but that's the texture we're going to get, and it's going to be so pretty when we remove those others and those leaves just, and remove that vinyl and those leaves just pop. That's better, right? I don't know what I was thinking because it's kind of windy out here. Let me go back over the spot that I already did. I want to undo that just a little bit. Let that dry a little too much, so I'm going to go over that with clear coat in a little bit and undo it. I don't suggest wearing nice clothes when you do this. It probably won't be nice when you're done. Sprayed the bottom and then I forgot about it.
Okay, let's grab the clear coat real quick. It's almost empty, but it'll still do what we need it to do. Make sure you're grabbing the right paint for sure. What I want is for it to take off some of that white. Get more of that green showing through. I kind of didn't do it quite like I wanted to. All right, now we're going to peel it off and see what happens.
And now we play peekaboo, seek and find, all that. So I've got a couple of them off already. This color combo isn't exactly what I pictured, but I think I'm still gonna like it. We're gonna find out in just a little while. There are a couple of spots I'm gonna have to clean up because I didn't let the paint dry long enough. But I'm gonna continue looking for all the pieces. I just found one right there and get these all off. It's a very messy process. I should have let it dry just a teensy bit longer, but no big deal because I've got outlines to go around these. So at some point, I'm gonna go through and clean up these edges of what kind of went in. I'm not worried about these little spots like that the paint lifted from the top layer and so the bottom layer is exposed, because I've got my outlines right here to put around them. And I'll probably throw in a couple of the gold, the insets here. I'll probably throw those on every great once in a while just to kind of add to it. It's not the color combo I pictured, but I'm liking it more and more the more I look at it. After this dries, like I said, I'll just go through and kind of scrape it away with a clean blade. Where is my camera? Clean blade, not this one. I use this to kind of lift up my pieces because that was really, really not fun. I'm digging it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. So now I have my outline on my transfer tape, but I have a little bit of parchment there so that I can see where I'm going with it. Nope, I don't want you there yet. So you just kind of get this lined up with where it needs to go. I want to make sure that I'm on the edge of that paint, and I'm going to hold this in place. Or push it down in place. That's what I should have said. And if this doesn't go on perfectly, that's okay. I'll print another one or cut another one. I'm not going to stress about it. This one did not go on just right. No big deal. I'll fix it later, but I just got it a little off kilter right there. But this is what we're looking at. I can't see it. Where is my transfer corner? There we go. Okay. That's the gist of it right there. So I'm going to do this all over, but I'm going to be a lot more careful on where I'm placing things, because I definitely missed a little bit right there, which isn't the end of the world, but I'm going to fix it. Okay, here's one that lined up a little bit better. The edges were super crisp, so I was really able to see it really, really well. Just like that. I should have made myself a little lift flap or something. Oy vey. Okay. Much better. I'm just going to finish doing it all the way around, and then I'm going to just throw on a couple of these. I used my painter's tape so that I could pull it out of the outlines without wrinkling either of the two designs. Everything's on here. Just a few little oopsie daisies. I had to trim that. It didn't go on right. And then there was one other that, oh man, I lifted my transfer tape and it like ripped the vinyl. I'm not seeing it, so that's a good thing. So just for good measure, because I've got it and I can, I'm going to put just a few of what came out of the insides of these guys, just kind of sporadically all over the cup. Just to kind of fill those voids just a little bit. Just kind of here and there. I might throw one or two more on here, but I don't want it to get too busy. But overall, I really like it. I was kind of second guessing that whole teal option, but I like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I do have just a couple of little air bubbles that I need to address, but overall, I'm done. What I'll do next is throw a clear coat of spray paint on here, and then epoxy like usual. I think I'm going to take that one off. But don't be afraid to kind of change it up. It doesn't have to be the whole thing on there. I almost did that design idea right there in the glitter part, but changed my mind because I wanted to make it a little easier on myself. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. I will list the colors used again in the description and a coupon to Fran's store. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Have a good one. Quick add-on here. What I ended up doing was the outlines of the smaller ones that I had cut initially. I just really liked the way it looked. I kind of tinkered with it. It looked good, so I went with it. So here is our final result here. You could go a little bit more if you wanted to, but I took off all the solid ones that I had started with, kind of wrapped that one over the edge. So now it will get clear coat and then epoxy, and voila. Hope you enjoyed.